Hey there, friends. Happy Friday. I wanted to talk about that FedNow system that I just posted about. So right now it's an opt-in. You can opt out, actually. It's one of those things that like the city what did. They're like, yeah, we're gonna go completely green and you might not know about it. So yeah, you're gonna have to opt out rather than opting in. We're just gonna go ahead with it, okay? Unless you opt out. And we don't want you to opt out, so we're not going to really tell you about it. We'll just send you a letter in the mail that probably nobody will look at, and then you have to send it back. You have to put your own stamp on it, and then send it back to us and let us know that you don't want to be a part of that. And then we're actually going to do it anyway. We're actually going to do it anyway. So, joke's on you. We got you to waste a stamp that costs $89,000. Okay, so who is this going to affect? Well, it'll affect everybody, sort of like the jab. I imagine that it's going to be quite like the jab was. They're going to coerce people into doing it. Either do it or lose your job. Oh, there's going to be certain companies. It even says on the website, and I highly please do your research. I know it's like reading and boring and who wants, like, oh my gosh, I have to read for more than a minute. Yes, do it. It's worth it. It's worth it. Teachers. That's how you're going to get paid. Any government employee, that's how you're going to get paid. Certain businesses are going to fall for this, just like they fell for the jab. You have to get the jab. You have to wear a mask if you want to keep your job. Nurses, hospital systems, probably the same people affected by the jab mandates are going to be affected by this too. So basically, if you as a worker, so you go to your job, okay, and you do your job, and normally right now they give you a paper check. Some of them still do that, or you can get a direct deposit into your account, right? Well, instead of the direct deposits, they'll do a direct deposit, but it'll be into your FedNow system, your FedNow bank account. And that will be the only way to get paid. They won't have, and your paper check is going to come out of a FedNow account. So if you personally as a worker don't have a FedNow account, you won't be able to get paid. Now, they're not going to roll that part out of it. They're not going to roll the tyrannical part out right away, I don't think, because it will freak people out. They're going to slowly coerce you and say, oh, it's so pretty and nice. They're going to sell it to you as convenience and comfortable because you're not going to have to do anything. All you're going to have to do is go to work, show up, clock in, do the thing, clock out, and you just get paid automatically. You don't even have to think about it. Oh my gosh, it's so easy. And then eventually they'll probably have some chip or something that you can put into your skin or read your palm or something like that, because they kind of already have that with chipped cards. Say hello, Boaz. They already have that with our cards, right? They have the little chips on them. Oh my gosh, how much more convenient would it be if I don't have to have a piece of plastic? It's just right in my skin. Convenience and comfort is the god of death. So, don't fall for it, friends. This is a transition into the CBDC, the central bank digital currency. Don't do it. But Heather, however will I buy anything? How am I going to live my cushy little life? You're not. You're not. That's the whole point. Life will change. And if that's not okay with you, if you want to continue living a cushy, comfortable, American middle class life, we have free will. You have free will. You get to choose. You get to make that decision. They're using our free will against us, friends. That's the whole thing. Just like in Job. The enemy was not allowed to touch him, but he could mess up his life. And boy, did he. And Job almost lost faith. And Job almost said, he said, God, this is not okay. And God was like, I'm sorry. Are you God? Like, do you know better than me? I don't think so. And Job was like, oh, okay, thank you for putting me back in my place. Yeah, that's what's happening. And if you're like me and you're like, yeah, I ain't doing it, then what do we do? If we're not going to be a part of the system, how do we live outside the system? We have to go back to go forward. How did they live even just 100 years ago, before the Rockefellers screwed everything up? They bartered. They traded. That's how. Go get yourself some land. Go partner up with your family if you need to. Get yourself some land and build yourself a little homestead. And at the very minimum, right now, what you can do right this very second today, Friday, April 7th, 2023, buy some heirloom GMO-free seeds for your favorite vegetables. That's what you can do. Here are some of my seeds. This is my little seed bucket, and I have them organized. Fruit and veggies, grasses and microgreens, and then these are my herbs. Seeds Now has these kits. They're pretty cool. So this mosquito repellent. So when you're working in the garden, you don't want the mosquitoes, just plant some of these. And there's all sorts of different things in here. Pretty cool.